If you're serious about getting your time back and scaling your business, then SMA Support Services is your secret weapon. I use SMA for all of our support and admin tasks. Everything from back office management, day-to-day admin, even a call center. Their team frees up my staff to stay focused on high-level, revenue-generating activities. And that, let me tell you, is a fucking game changer. SMA isn't just support. They're a partner that keeps our operations running smooth and efficiently. So if you want to focus on growing your business and leave the support work to the pros, hit up SMA Support Services. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of F&S Words with Eric and Adam motherfucking Patterson. So if you'll notice, we did not run the XL promo. And why, might you ask, did I not run the XL promo?
Yeah, why not, Eric?
Because we're fucking sold out, bitch.
Congratulations.
We're sold out, yeah. So I'm super excited about that. I think this is about as early as I've ever been sold out. So
everyone I know who's been on this trip says it is a remarkable, life-changing experience. So
it's really cool. I feel honored that people have told you that.
Yeah,
it means a lot.
Many people, none of whom are connected to each other. You know, it's not like
It's been cool. So anyway, everybody, welcome back to another episode. It's been a hot second. We were in the Philippines. That went amazingly, just swimmingly, fucking like just smooth. Adam was fucking firing up a couple heaters in the middle of the interview. It was like we had people walking in and out in front of everybody, having conversations.
I'm so disappointed. I worked so fucking hard on presenting such a great episode for us, Eric. We were going to do it on stress. I had so many like really incredible fucking talking points, all ironed out, all planned out, like talking about owner's addiction to stress, talking about, here, I have my notes for this episode right here. Why some leaders thrive under stress. What does the contagious leader look like? You know, when a key employee quits and like how too many problems hitting at one time and how do we balance those moments of stress?
But what happened was you could barely remember your name.
I hit a wall. And if you had called me like an hour earlier before we did it, I was like primed, ready to go. And then all of a sudden I was like, nah, I've fallen off a cliff here. I've slept 1 hour in the last 46. I've fallen off of a cliff. And it looks like we're not going to do the podcast. And then you came out to me and said, all right, we're going to do the podcast.
To be fair, let's actually blame it on Chris because we were trying to get Chris to get the mics the whole time. So I'm going to blame it on Chris because he was fucking napping or getting a tattoo or some bullshit. So
yeah, we're going to redo stress though. We will redo stress because I did kick ass on putting notes together.
We'll do it again. We'll fucking run it back. Like what else do we have to do?
We're not doing it today because I prepared.
Right. Not today. But for everybody that hasn't tuned into this before, this is F&S Words, which means every week, everybody assumes it means fucking shit because why wouldn't it? However, Adam's clever. And so Adam cleverly comes up with a word every other week that starts with F or S. And we get to talk about it to be able to figure out how to implement this thing into your business or make you a better leader or help your business run smoother, right? And so today is an F word. My favorite is fucking F words. So what is the F word for the day, Adam?
The F word for the day, Eric, is, and I have to put this logo here because it's so fucking kick-ass. This is the most, I look so cool in this picture. I look 1,000 times cooler than I actually am in reality.
Damn.
But the F word for the day today is, begins with F. And it's everyone's favorite this time of year is no one has, we are running out of revenue. We are trying to prepare our spring season. We aren't really doing builds in a good third of this country. It's funnels, baby. Funnels is our F word for today. And
so I will ask a question. Define funnel.
Define funnel. So, I would tell you as you think about funnels, right? Like funnels are trust machines, right? And funnels are the way that your customer journey happens from first point of contact to post build, 5-star review, right? The funnel is, I'm aware of what this brand is. I'm aware of who this contractor is. At each one of those touch points, my trust is reinforced in the decision that I have to make. People typically don't buy roofs impulsively, right? And they buy roofs very emotionally and very grounded in trust. And so the funnel is all about reinforcing that trust, having those touch points, strengthening your brand. converting consumer interest to roof build.
Okay.
And that's,
so how do we build them?
What do we build funnels with?
How would you build them? If you're a roofing contractor, where are you going to start?
I mean, that's a sort of the loaded question. That's like a little bit of the meaning of life, right? But what I would tell you is, I mean, your goal in your funnel is to be as the cleanest way I can explain funnels, right? And I'd use a story for this. You hear this all the time. I'm sure you hear it. Every roofing client who says, I need more leads. We need more leads. We need more leads. We need more leads. I need more leads. The top of my funnel, I'm not getting enough juice at the top of the funnel. I need more leads. It's not good. And then every time, inevitably, I look under the hood and they're getting plenty of leads. They're getting calls that come in. They're getting form fill outs. They're getting storm traffic. They're getting retail traffic. They're getting referrals. But here's what's not actually happening, right? Calls aren't answered consistently. Follow-ups were late or non-existent. Appointments aren't confirmed. Homeowners cool off. Sales blames marketing or the owner. The owner or marketing blames sales. And then the owner always universally says, this is the worst fucking roofing market I've ever seen in my life. This is the worst since 2008. How many fucking times have I heard that line? Nothing's wrong at the top of the funnel. The funnel's just leaking like it's a shitty roof, right? Wow. So you didn't add leads. And when we go into these processes, I don't look to go in and add leads. I go in and look to build structure, right? So how do I accelerate your answer speed? How do I get your follow-up cadence so it's boring and consistent, but targeted and intentional to what the homeowner's after? How do I confirm your appointments so that my revenue generators are, not showing up to a one-legged appointment or not showing up to like homeowner's not home, right? How do I ensure that they know homeowner knows who's coming, why they're coming, and what the purpose and the intent of that meeting is? And then, all of a sudden sales close the same people that you're already paying for, because every one of those leads in the top of your funnel, there's a cost per lead, right? And so, the question I always ask sales reps, and I ask this question frequently when I hear like the leads are shit, is like, hey, would you take $200 cash? If I handed you $200 your owner's money right now, would you take it into the parking lot and light it on fire? And I've never heard any one of them say, yes, I would do that. Right. But
they do it every fucking day.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And if they say yes, I say, get the fuck out of the company. Right. You're
right. There's no, don't know they're doing it, but that's what they're doing.
That's exactly what they're doing. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they're doing. And sometimes, that cold, hard realization of this is what you do every time you're not intentional, you're not present, you're not working through the shit. And this is like where I get like, this is the super uncomfortable thing that most owners need to realize, because revenue can go up without spending another dollar. You do not need more fucking leads. You need fewer leaks, right? Everyone has a funnel. Everybody has a funnel. Most are leaky. Leads are coming in somewhere. Customers are falling out somewhere, right? Most owners I talk to do not know where. And if your money is disappearing, then it is leaking through your funnel somewhere.
Okay, so to clarify, because always remember when we're having these conversations, it's a really smart guy, you talking to a real dumb guy, and most of the people that are watching are probably more like me than you. So I'm going to fucking dumb it down for all the other dummies out there that are watching this. Because if I jumped on and the first thing I heard was funnels, right, I would immediately think of the guys out there that are building their click funnels, right, for their top of funnel, right, that they're pushing out all these leads and these ads and these whatever. The fucking camera pisses me off. So, but what I'm hearing is having a very clear, defined sales process as well, so that we're not losing the leads that have already been dropped into said funnel, right?
Correct. Yep. Yeah, in your click funnel, your SEO strategy, your digital marketing strategy, your canvassing strategy, those are all things that inject gas into your goal, right? I'm going to say this dumb, smart, somewhat intelligent, and then I'm going to dumb it down. Your number one goal as an owner is to widen the top end of the aperture as wide as you possibly can. Make the top of your funnel real wide so you get as much stuff pouring into it as possible, and then build discipline a layer down so you're kind of filtering out all the shit and you're just getting the quality appointments for the people who can run them.
So let me ask this, because this is going to be the next question that other people are going to ask. What parts of that can be SMA staff, and what parts of that are leaning towards AI? And which parts shouldn't be leaning towards AI that we should be pushing back towards our SMA staff?
That's a great question. What can be, what, you are, you're good. Yeah. So what can be AI today? I know, I think automated lead response, automated communication lead response, right? So that's something where we absolutely can give, UNFC agents do it. From my perspective is your goal when you get an inbound lead is to touch that lead within the first 20 seconds, right? So that can look like an immediate outbound text the minute that comes in. Hey, thanks so much for expressing interest. Someone from our team is going to reach out to you in a couple of minutes, so that the homeowner knows, like, I'm conditioned to get the phone call. I am expecting the phone call. Hey, instead of going and looking and filling out 4 other lead forms on roofing company websites, I'm just going to sit by my phone and I'm going to wait to get that next response, right? And automatically that's driven through AI. And even there's some great AI voice agents as well that can lead with that first phone call, right? Hey, you received your inbound inquiry, wanted to go ahead and schedule your roof appointment, right? So, hey, that's a great question. I need to escalate that to someone on my team. And then you can then pass it over to that human touch.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that say, I don't want AI touching. I do not want AI to be the first point of contact that someone has with my roofing org. I get that for what it's worth. I do think that I get it. I understand that. I think we're a little further ahead maybe than they realize. I would also say that we're not quite as far ahead as some folks that are huge proponents of AI claim that we are.
Right.
So
I think the big, for me, because like I'm trying to integrate, different AIs into our company, obviously, as well, because I don't want to be left behind. But the only reason I even feel comfortable doing it is because of like the SMA staff that I have behind the scenes that are going to monitor the AI, right? Because I think if we left it go untouched and let the fucking robots take over, the problem is that they might say that they're going to update a CRM, or they might say that they're going to do this, they might say they're going to do that, right? But if we don't have at least a human keeping an eye on all of that, now you're going to have more of those leaks, right? Because that's what I worry about, is the leaks at that point if we start relying too much on the AI.
Yeah, and this is it. This is where I go back to what you had said, like how much of it's AI. And this is, some of this is my own, we'll call it my own perspective. I said this earlier, but funnels are trust machines. That's what your funnel is. It's building trust every step of the way. People do not buy roofs impulsively. They buy when they feel safe. So every step should either build or erode trust. So the great question to ask yourself is, putting yourself in the shoes of the homeowner, if I got this point of contact, this reach out from, machine learning, from AI, from an AI voice agent, would this help strengthen my belief system in that this is the roofer that I want to work with? Or would this maybe create risk in my trust or my belief system that this is a roofer that I would want to work with? And that tends to be a really good way to evaluate, the impact and the viability of having, artificial intelligence, AI voice agents, AI automation in each step of the process. If we could bring speed, and bring optimization without eroding consumer trust, then awesome, right? You're going to have to give some places all the time. But,
yeah. So what's another way that our back end staff can assist with this funnel?
Yeah, and so I talk about this all the time. This is something that, and I'm going to be emphatic here for a moment. Please. Every one of you motherfuckers gets wrong. Every single fucking person I ever fucking talk to gets wrong. Every one of you. Funnels are not marketing. They are not marketing. Okay? Funnels are operations. Universally, marketing creates interest. So marketing drives people to the top of my funnel. My funnel converts interest into cash, right? And roofing fails in the handoff, lead to call to appointment to inspection to close, right? Most roofers do not have a funnel. They have a hope and pray system, right? Which is like, I fucking hope that rep is really good. I'm praying that he remembers to follow up, right? It is your funnel is operations, and you have to have airtight operations in succinct, predictable steps every step in the process to know that I'm quick in my response time to a homeowner. They feel seen, heard, and supported, that I'm clear in my deliverables and the value that I'm providing back, both directly as a resource for their community, as well as someone they're trusting with the safety and integrity of their home moving forward, that we're quick on the draw. Right? We're not saying, like, I signed a contingency 4 weeks ago, when are you going to do my fucking roof? That we're updating them every step of that process, right? That in my inspection, that I know all of my reps are taking photos of the damage, that they're taking those photos back into the homeowner to show them what they're seeing, right? That on my close, I'm being really clear and deliberate about the expectations, not over promising. Yeah, we'll throw your refund next week. No problem. Right? Yeah. Free gutter guards, right? No issue. That, like, I'm not hitting my P&L because we're making promises that aren't in the best interest. We've all
had those. Oh my God, fuck, we've all had those guys. To answer Eric Richardson's question, yes, I am in a genie bottle. I don't know what the fuck happened with my camera there. And then I've got these stupid windows like above my shit. And so like everything bleeds in, and like they're the two windows that I didn't put blinds on in my house. So anyway, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you were asking, you know, where do we think about how do we input people and operations? Speed either kills or saves a funnel. Okay. So response times are conversion rates. Missed calls equal dead money. So we exist because speed beats charisma every fucking step of the day. It just does. It always will. You can be the most charming motherfucker, but if you call 4 hours after my guy called in 15 seconds, I win every time. Right? The longer the gap, the colder the lead. Time kills deals faster than price. Time will always kill deals faster than price, right?
I agree. Another note that you made here is that the owner is usually the funnel bottleneck. What do you mean by that?
Correct. Yes. So do we think the owner is the funnel bottleneck? I would say it through this lens. Like owner approval slows everything, right?
Oh, yeah.
Owner ego blocks delegation. Owner emotion breaks consistency.
Yes.
So if your funnel needs you as an owner, it is not a funnel. It's a fucking choke point.
Yeah.
And the goal of the funnel, again, when you talk about speed, I want to quickly accelerate folks through that buying journey to get to the end of the contract, to the build, to the profitability. And if there is like owner Eric has to approve every single contract before it goes out, right? You've got a choke point.
Yeah.
But you know, if folks don't know how to answer questions from homeowners to run the field, if folks don't know price points, if they you don't have, it's you slow everything down. Your goal is to be your funnel as an accelerator.
One of the things I was most proud of, I just had a call before this call with a vendor that we're going to onboard with that is doing a gifting program, and we put a list together of like our last 100 residential clients, right? And we're going to put them on this thing and like as a reminder, blah blah blah. And he's like, okay, I need you to put a letter next to it. Like, are they an A client, B client, C client, blah, 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 blah. And I looked at it as a list of 100 people. And I was like, I don't fucking know any of those people. I'm like, I don't know any of them. But I was like happy about that because like I'd gotten to a point where it's like, I don't know any of those clients. I don't need to know any of those clients because my people know all of those clients. And I review financials and like I'm hitting margins to your point earlier, right? They're not giving shit away. We're selling the job at proper pricing, right? And I'm like, I don't know any of those. Now we got to the commercial list or the referral list. I'm like, oh, I know those people. Like now I can help you, with that, right?
Yeah, funnels expose leadership discipline, right?
Yep.
So like missed follow-ups equal lack of accountability. Missed calls equal lack of ownership. Like sloppy handoffs equals a lack of standards. Like, you've got to call it fast. Like if you're missing inbound calls, like, hey, I've got an office staff and, they don't call back leads for 3 or 4 hours. I've got too much other shit to deal with. I can't tackle that, right? Like, hey, we're not confirming appointments. So like, 1 out of every 3 times my rep is going to meet with a homeowner. There's no one home, right? And so, what that looks like long-term is all of a sudden that rep is not terribly interested, not terribly excited, and isn't bringing any charisma. It's not that charisma is not important. It's just not important than speed, not more important than speed. Right?
So the word that you just said resonated with me, and I'm not trying to go off topic here or off script, but I think it all plays, is the word standards. Because we had our all company meeting for 2026 to kind of set goals, talk about what we're doing for the next year, blah, 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 all that kind of fun stuff. And our word for the year is standards. And we went through, I made a list of like 15 things that are standards. They are not optional. They are not things that, you get to pick and choose what you do. Simple things like we check into Rome by 9 o'clock every day, right? And our SMA staff is literally tracking every person and what time they ding, right? And come in, and we're tracking these 15 standards that we have, right? I get a spreadsheet every fucking day that shows what time everybody checked in on Rome, right? But we have these 15 things, and I made a standard sheet and I sent it out to every single employee. And I said, you have to sign this so that you understand the expectation that is involved in working here, because we cannot succeed if these standards are not met every single day. And if you miss the same standard more than twice, it either means you're retarded or you're doing it on purpose. Either way, I can't fucking have you here.
No. Yeah, it's, as we talk about like, And this is it. And this is control your fucking controllables. And we talked about this when we talked about future proofing, right? Control your controllables. That's the biggest thing you can do. Your storms will fill the top of your funnel each and every time, but you're not always going to have storms every year. Your discipline closes the bottom of the funnel. And if you are ultra disciplined, then you can maximize on every opportunity you have and you're leaking as little of those out, then your discipline will pull you through those years where you don't have a ton of storms, right?
And you can only be disciplined if you have standards in place that everybody fucking understands. And they understand these are the things I have to do.
Exactly.
And if I don't do them, I don't work here. Right. And I will tell you as owners, because I know there's owners watching, right? As owners, we sometimes live in fear because we live in fear of replacing, right? We live in this fear of having to replace people because we're never going to find somebody that can do 50% of what they can do and blah, 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 blah. Right. And once I finally got rid of that limiting belief that's holding us back more than anything, because everybody else in the company sees that. And now they start fucking dropping down a peg because they're like, oh, well, if fucking Billy doesn't have to fucking live up to the standard, why the fuck do I have to live up to the standard? And then it leaks everywhere across the company.
Yes. And this is when you get to it, right? Funnels reveal truth.
Yes.
They tell you where your leads die. They tell you where your customers hesitate. They tell you where your team drops the ball. Funnels do not lie; they expose, right?
Yeah, so, and something you wrote here on your notes was funnels not only reveal truth, they reduce stress. Correct. And they reduce stress. The way that I see it is they reduce stress because nobody's questioning what it is that they have to do. They're not like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. It's like, the fuck you don't. It's right there.
Stress drops when your funnel is boring and predictable.
Right. Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want that? Right. Yeah, and the reason people don't want it is because they don't want to hold people accountable. Sorry, I get fired up on this shit. Yeah. But nobody wants to hold anybody fucking accountable to anything for fear of well, then they won't like me. Okay.
You get to another point. I mean, this is broader, right? But as an owner, you're losing more money through your people funnels than your sales funnel every fucking time. Your hiring funnel, your training funnel, your retention funnel, your accountability funnel. Right? You're losing more money there, 1,000 times more money there than you ever will in your sales funnel. So,
yeah. I mean, just as an example, you brought up a recruiting funnel. I've been fucking garbage at recruiting funnels, right? And I've been working and trying to figure out how to be better at that so that there's a true system put in place so that every time I'm like, okay, we need to do a hiring blitz. We need to do a whatever, we need to refill our funnel of guys that we're interviewing or, whatever it is. Cause if we don't have a sales team, it doesn't matter how many leads we have. If we can't get to them, then we can't do shit with them, right? I can't build a certain size of company with 3 reps, right? And that's just another example. We all think of a funnel as a sales funnel, right? And we think of that process, but we don't think of the fact that there also is the recruiting side of it and the other sides that you were talking about.
Yeah, there are. I mean, your training funnel. How do I take a new guy off the street, right? And how do I take him as green and turn him into a high producer, right? So how do I reduce that time to productivity? How do I give him the institutional knowledge that he needs to be successful in whatever role I'm putting him in, right? There are funnels. And when you start to envision, frankly, if you start to look at your work around through that lens of the goal of the funnel is to let a certain selective amount out at one time and add as much juice into the top as I possibly can. So it's a little bit more targeted in the way that we pour. It's a important approach to your work. I mean, I tell you as well, you take nothing else out of this conversation today. And by the way, just back up a minute. I want to give myself some fucking credit. Is this structure not so much better than whatever the fuck we were doing for a year before?
There's a way better background. No,
it is. Yeah, the background's great. Yeah, there's a better commercial coming next time in 2 weeks.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck where that went. I thought we loaded that in here. So I apologize for that.
It's okay. I forgive you. Yeah. I have it on my phone. I've watched it 300 times. So,
really? Son of a bitch. All right, Lexi, if you're watching this, we fucked up.
Yeah, it's okay.
Toot toot. What the fuck does toot toot mean? What do you think toot toot means? Do you think he's shitting his he's shitting his pants like you?
Oh, well, into that story, that's a good one. Yeah, but if you take nothing else, funnels are emotional. They're not logical. And what I mean when I say that is homeowners hesitate, buyers procrastinate, and follow-ups win deals. Touch points and follow-ups win deals. People do not say no. They say generally. They say not right now and they disappear. Right. Yep. So when you're talking about, that leaky roof or your leaky funnel, he was tooting his own horn in the structure. No, I shit my pants, Mike, and now we're going to look at
we'll get to that.
When we think about that, there is so much. I will tell you, there are so many of you wonderful human beings that lead, have incredibly difficult and stressful jobs, and leading roofing companies in your communities, and both locally, statewide, nationally. Every one of you has got a leaky funnel, right? And it's you're out here repairing homeowners' roofs. Meanwhile, your roof is pouring fucking water through.
Yeah. And so the summation of that is, since everybody has a leaky funnel, you should be reaching out to Adam or Chris to figure out how to plug those fucking holes by putting in people that can help you plug the holes in said funnel. Correct?
Exactly right. Yeah.
I mean, that's the purpose of. I mean, again, obviously, yes, we're here to help everybody, but we're here to give the solution to the problem too, right? And the solution to the problem is put these standards in place and then have a team that actually follows said standards. And I've never had a team that actually follows the standards that I set the same way that my SMA team follows my expectations and my standards that I set.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a mix of people, process, and technology.
100%. Okay. Now let's close with shitting your pants.
Yeah. That's a good story. This is a really good story.
Do you want to tell it or do you want me to tell it?
Oh, well, we could share in it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you start. You start.
Yeah. So the way this story begins is I had slept 4 hours in the prior 80, maybe something around.
We all did. Yeah.
It was tough, real tough. I had, this is an important note. This is where the story begins. While we were in a tattoo village where some asshole sneezed and cursed us, I told this wonderful story about how,
who was that asshole?
I think Paul Howard. We're not totally sure.
100% Paul Howard, but go on.
Yes. Where I told this story, I don't even remember how this had come up. And I said, I've never shit my pants. I've never sharded nothing. I've never had this problem. This has never been an issue for me.
Let's explain the Paul Howard part, though, because as we're trying to leave the village, we start walking out the fucking door. Somebody sneezes and we're walking out. And the Filipinos that were hosting us said, stop. Don't go anywhere. You can't leave because somebody sneezed. And we're all looking at them like, what in the actual fuck are you talking about?
That's a curse.
And we were cursed. And so we had to come back and wait until we left. To be fair, you were one of the people that left.
Sure, I was. This is why this is an important note. Yeah, this is an important
note. So, okay, now
we're very important note. So, yes. And then, not just what happened at the airport, but however, we then they tried to rob us as we were leaving the village.
Yes.
Our fucking van got stuck in a mudslide for an hour and a half or 2 hours at 3 a.m, where we had to push it up a hill. We thought our flight got canceled from a remote airport in the northern Philippines where
we built a road. To be fair, we built a road with rocks.
We didn't think we were going to be able to catch a flight to get back to Manila to get our flights back to the U.S. in time, and it was a fucking 9-hour drive from where we were. Everything could not have systematically gone worse. And on top of that, I've slept 4 or 5 hours in the last 60 or 70. So I at some point must have consumed some water. I don't know where, but
you were cursed. It wasn't water.
I was cursed. Yeah, I was cursed.
But go on.
Yes.
I think you ate the food at the fucking karaoke place.
Yeah, that's really, I ate the food at the karaoke bar. Big mistake, probably.
Big mistake.
And I took a sleeping pill because, in my mind, I have this trazodone pill. It's great, non-narcotic sleeping medication. I'm going to pop this pill and I'm just going to crush 15 hours of sleep and I'm going to land in California and all.
As did you and all of your friends.
I gave everyone else on the airplane sleeping pills too, which they're great, right? They're
wonderful. I was on a different plane, but on the same text string.
Yeah. So yeah, you were. And so here we are. And maybe an hour and a half into this flight, 2 hours into this flight, I start to vaguely sort of wake up and I think it smells like shit. This is terrible. This smells like shit. I don't know. Someone around me must have shit themselves. I have to sit here for the next 4 hours.
No way it's me.
Yeah, there's no chance. I was so fucking exhausted and so goddamn tired. But no, I at one point think, I'm going to get up and go to the bathroom. And as I'm going to the bathroom, I think, uh-oh. Feels a little bit like that shit's in my pants. Yeah. So we made it to the bathroom, which I got rid of my underwear and did my best to clean up, which was as good as I could do. And then sat in some shitty pants for the next 9 hours of a flight before my coworker woke up and brought me his sweatpants, which I put on in the other bathroom after cleaning myself and my appendages as best I could. And yeah, it was.
Did you just put your
worst thing that's ever happened?
Did you just put your shit pants in the trash in the
Sure.
bathroom?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm bringing them back with me. Are you fucking
No. I didn't mean like bringing them back, but like there's nowhere else to put them. But in the fucking.
Where are they gonna go? I did, however, make the mistake of I couldn't fit my shit underwear into the trash can, so I tried to flush it down the toilet, which clogged the toilet in the first bathroom, which is why that one got shut down.
No, you clogged the toilet on a fucking 13-hour flight home. What an asshole you are.
90 minutes into the flight. What am I gonna do?
Did the staff know you shit your pants?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Did you have neighbors like close to you?
No, I had no one next to me. Thank God. That was good. But there's no way the people in and around me were not aware of this.
Yeah. Right. Like it was obvious.
You can't, you're not hiding this kind of thing. So now I can never say that I've never shit my pants. And
to finish that story, you touched on it in the beginning, but the best part of it was that we had a whole conversation about how we have all shit our pants at some time in our life. And you're like, fucking not me. What's wrong with you fucking weirdos?
Yes,
like,
so I was so boisterous about it. I was so proud.
Yes,
I was like, this is my time to shine.
You were so much better than all of us.
Pants shitting losers. No, I'm the pants shitting loser, Eric. Yeah.
Oh, it makes me so happy. There's nothing that made me happier than waking up on that flight and opening my phone up and the Wi-Fi kicked on and ding, 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 ding. Is anybody awake? Is anybody there? Where are you at? I need a pair of pants. I shit my pants.
The even better part of this is I remember leaving that fucking karaoke bar and thinking, do I want to put, like, I was wearing shorts, technically not pants. I was like, do I want to put pants and a different underwear like into my bag so when I land in Manila, I'll just like have something. When in San Francisco, I'll have something clean to put on before I get back to Boston. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be asleep the whole time anyways. I'll just deal with it there.
Well, you were wearing shorts.
I was in shorts,
so it could have like came out and gravy legged right onto the seat.
It could have been bad. We were queer. I mean, it was probably not as much shit as I've made it seem to be, but it was more than none.
It was more than none. Anyway, best fucking story in the goddamn world. So, Lexi, make sure you clip this.
All of it. Yeah.
Start fucking putting clips.
That's the new SMA ad.
That's the new SMA ad. So, Adam, thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Funnels. Funnels was the word of the day. That's the F word. If you'd like to learn more about funnels and how to fucking fill the holes in your leaky fucking funnel, reach out to me, Adam, Christopher, and get some people on your team that can clog those fucking holes. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See ya.
If you're serious about getting your time back and scaling your business, then SMA Support Services is your secret weapon. I use SMA for all of our support and admin tasks. Everything from back office management, day-to-day admin, even a call center. Their team frees up my staff to stay focused on high-level, revenue-generating activities. And that, let me tell you, is a fucking game changer. SMA isn't just support. They're a partner that keeps our operations running smooth and efficiently. So if you want to focus on growing your business and leave the support work to the pros, hit up SMA Support Services.
Oh, I'm still here. Bye.